General purpose of the Bill of Rights and Amendments. The Bill of Rights protects American citizens' civil liberties, civil rights, and national rights. Amendments are used to modify the Constitution to help it apply to more modern times. What the amendments seek to do. They protect civil liberties and natural rights. The First Amendment says that the Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise. The 14th says that no state can deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within this jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws.
What the amendments seek to do. It prevents abuse by the government in the following ways. The Second Amendment prevents abuse by the government by providing arms for the state for self-protection against the army. The Third Amendment gives privacy to all citizens so a soldier would not take away space from the house or food. The Fourth Amendment gives citizens the right to be protected from illegal searches of the executive branch. Protect rights of the accused. The Fifth Amendment creates a fair justice process of the accused. The Sixth Amendment protects the citizen's right of a fair trial. The Eighth Amendment makes it fair for the citizen for not giving a cruel punishment for a certain crime.
The amendments protect the rights of the people and the state. The Seventh Amendment codifies the right to a jury trial in certain civil cases and inhibits courts from overturning a jury's finding of fact. The 10th Amendment says that the power that is not given to the federal government is given to the people or the states. For example, speeding limits. Expanding and protecting voting rights. 15th Amendment prohibits the federal and state government from denying a citizen the right to vote based on the citizen's race, color, or previous condition of servitude. The 19th Amendment Constitution of the United States provides men and women with equal voting rights. The amendment states that the right of citizens to vote should not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex.
Amendments that change the structure of government. The 11th Amendment changes the lawsuits against the state so the courts don't get clogged with lawsuits against the state when there are more important things that need to go through the courts. The 22nd limits the president to prevent from holding the office too long and getting too much power.
The First Amendment. The First Amendment protects American citizens' civil liberties from being taken away or limited. It allows freedom of speech, assembly, press, petition, and religion. SCOTUS cases that expand our First Amendment rights. Tinker versus Des Moines. This case was about 3 kids starting a protest while wearing black armbands with peace signs on them. When the school found out, they were suspended. Students took the case to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that the armbands were a form of symbolic speech. This set the precedent that symbolic speech was protected under the First Amendment. SCOTUS cases that limited the First Amendment rights. Schenck versus U.S. Schenck was mailing pamphlets telling people to go against the draft. This case went to the Supreme Court. The court decided that Schenck did not have the right to send these pamphlets because it undermined the draft, and the U.S. was at a state of war. SCOTUS cases that limited students' First Amendment rights. Bethel versus Frazier. Student made a campaign speech that the school did not find school appropriate. The case was sent to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decided that the suspension of the student was okay because the speech was found to not be school appropriate.